Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Lupin the third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, episode number 2 reaction. So the previous episode, it was the beginning of this season or this show, and I have to say, I was very impressed by the way they I don't know, like the visuals and the way they kind of made the whole show. It kind of gave a little bit of a context as to like how Rupan met Fujiko. Even though there's a lot of versions of how Rupan met Fujiko, there's not really a particular, I don't think there's a canon, like thing where like Rupan meets Fujiko. There's a lot of different versions of how he met Fujiko and how he met his other friends like Goemon, Jigen. But this is one such version, I'm guessing. And we get to see how he met her, and you can see that Rupan was getting pretty bored with his normal, like doing his robbery and the stealing that he does. So getting to see Fujiko made him interested in her, and he realized that, yeah, you know what, this will be fun. If going against Fujiko will be a lot more challenging than all the things that I've been doing up until now. So yeah, Rupan finally met his contender, you could say, and that's why in the end Rupan decides to steal Fujiko, and he even writes like a little call letter. While we get to see more of Fujiko here, how she does her thing. Obviously, she had a goal. That's why she infiltrated like a cult to get her hands on the, I think the whole drug thing that she was trying to get. And yeah, in the end it turns out Rupan also tries to go against Fujiko. Both of them fight for it. In the end, none of them getting it. We also made Zenigata, in the end. And yeah, so here we go. Now this is the beginning of the battle between Rupan and Fujiko. So let's see how this goes. I've always really wanted to get a better understanding at Fujiko, because Fujiko is one of the most mysterious characters and one of the most complicated characters in Lupin. So it's always good to see more about her, and like we're finally going to be getting that in this season. So let's see what happens. Right. So this is episode number 2. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, synced to whichever is the preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Right, so this time in the casino. Yep. Damn. Oh wow. Oh, who's this? She's a fickle one. Entire casino. What? Oh my god. Oh, she'll say that, oh, you bet yourself. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she will be cheating some way, and I'm sure Fujiko has been cheating as well. So let's see. Yep, there you go. That's how Fujiko's doing it. However, what about her? Okay, Magnum point 357. Right, so she lost, obviously. Yeah. Hmm. Thief by day, spy by night. Two wishes. Oh my god, is it going to be Lupin? See it through to the end. Chicholina. Oh wait, it's Jigen. Jigen's gone. Oh wow. Alright, we're gonna meet Jigen here. So I'm guessing Rupan still hasn't met Jigen here? Weak point. Wait, what? That's not the Jigen I remember. Oh, yeah, because I guess his gun is the most. I will kill the man who killed my husband. Yeah, because I guess yeah. So Jigen, his gun is the most prized possession. I feel like Dinti. What? That's the name of the. Okay. Sister. Ah, Fujiko's here. Right. Oh, there he is. There he is, Jigen Daisuke. Hmm. Damn. What the? Hello? Oh, there's some spies or something. Yep. Trying to, yeah, attack them. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work on Jigen. Like, right? Yep. Yeah, he knew it. He knew it. So, which one are you? Yeah, right. Hmm, I guess, but. Old fashioned. All right, here we go. That was the whole. Okay, let's see. Like, I don't know. Like, Jigen doesn't seem like someone who betrayed someone. There must have been something going on. Damn. Wait, William Tell? That's okay. I wasn't expecting his name to be William Tell. Like the sharpshooter. I think William Tell, as far as I know, like. Oh my god, that's crazy. What the? Wait. What? What's going on? Didn't she say that Jigen deflected? Okay. That's not a bodyguard's job. Yeah, those two. Are they? No, 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 no. The two who came in. Yeah, oh, here we go. Right. Oh boy. Oh, she slipped in something. Great. What? Oh my god. Oh, there you go. I don't understand. She said something. She said that Jigen deflected. Like, when did that happen then? Right. Well, Fujiko did her job. Oh, he had another gun. Other request. She said like you have to see through the end. Yeah, like right. I feel like she has some other plans. I don't know. Okay, wait. Let me see. What the? What is that? Oh, wait. Zenigata's here. Oh no, that's okay. I'm. Wait, wait, wait. Wait. Oh, this is the past. Okay. Oh, yeah. I like I said, she doesn't try. Isn't planning to kill Jigen. I think she'll say that you kill me, Jigen. That will be the task that. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I think that's what she's planning. She'll probably tell him to kill her. Yeah, that was a different gun. Oh wait. Oh, that was his gun. Oh, I thought that he had another gun. I thought that was a real one or something. Is that Rupan? Oh my god, that's Rupan, isn't it? No, wait. Okay, never mind. I from the beginning I kind of thought that maybe that guy was Rupan in disguise, but no, probably not. Oh god, he kind of looks like Rupan, but I don't think that's Rupan. God damn. It's uh, yeah. Didn't have any bullets. Yep. Yeah, I knew it because she wanted him to kill her. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that, because Fujiko's whole. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Really? Okay, so obviously he has no connection to Rupan here, but I'm wondering, is he going to meet Rupan after this, and are they going to team up? Like, obviously, that's what happens in the original. But this is a little bit different from the original one, so. Is that it? Yeah, there you go. Right, so this was the episode where we get to meet Jigen. And I just realized, I was in the beginning, I was wondering when is Rupan going to pop up, but then I realized this is actually not Rupan's season. This is Fujiko's season. So Fujiko will be the recurring character in every episode, not Rupan. Rupan might be there in some episodes, might not be there in some episodes, because usually we are accustomed to seeing Rupan in every episode and not Fujiko in every episode. But you have to remember that this one is actually Fujiko's season. So Fujiko will be there in every episode, unlike Rupan. Rupan might come out now and then, just like how Fujiko comes now and then in the Rupan series. Like kind of like that. So yeah, but this episode we get to see Jigen's, I guess you could say, situation here in this season, and how he comes across Fujiko Mine and his past, stuff like that. So okay, now I kind of was able to realize by the end of it that yeah, the Kikolina was trying to bring Jigen in front of her so that she could die in his hands, and she's trying to trick him into killing her, because in the beginning we see like that guy, what's his name, I forgot his name, the guy who was with Kikolina, who hired Jigen as a bodyguard. He said something about how Kikolina always tries to take her own life, and that is how she survives or feels alive, that kind of thing. So in the end, I kind of expected that she would probably want, if it was someone who, if she wanted to die, would probably be in the hands of Jigen. And that's what happened in the end, which wasn't really surprising. I was able to understand, realize that. But seeing the whole thing, seeing how Jigen, this whole first contact between Jigen and Fujiko, and how Fujiko explained that Kikolina kind of reminded her of herself, running away from the past. But Fujiko says I will, unlike her, I will not let my past catch up to me. I'll keep running away from it. That whole thing. And yeah, if you and I kind of saw the whole thing, I kind of, when I was watching it, I also got the feeling that Kikolina really is kind of like Fujiko. But there was only one difference between Kikolina and Fujino. Fujiko, sorry, not Fujino. Why am I calling her Fujino? Fujiko is that Kikolina was more of a, what can I say? She had somewhere in her mannerisms you could see that she has given up. That was the only difference between Kikolina and Fujiko. Looking at Fujiko and her mannerism, you can see that Fujiko hasn't given up or doesn't plan on giving up. From whatever she's running away from, whatever past she's trying to keep behind, she hasn't or she will not give up. She will always run away from it, as she says. And she keeps her past in a distance, tries to look away from it, and live a normal or a different life, trying to, it's kind of interesting, in the opening as well. I think, where's that part, in the opening song, not song, but that whole thing, there's a section where she says something similar to that. Fujiko, where is that part? All right, let me read. Just a minute. Okay. Alright, to steal is not to take something away or break something. It is a special case, an elegant vice. It's an amalgam of secrets, felonies, mischief, and terror. Just like with Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights, a life dedicated to stealing begins about the ultimate sensuality. It's a prison of sexiness from where she cannot escape. Its psychological foundation is unknown. Who is the slave? Who is the master? Is God watching her? Has God abandoned her? The act of stealing, here we go. The act of stealing lets her forget everything, this part, and keeps her memories at a safe distance. This whole section literally tells and explains what Fujiko is. Like she says, I won't let my past catch up to me. And that's why she tries to be free. Don't know what type of past she has had. I'm guessing they're going to tell us here because, like I said, we've seen a lot of Rupan episodes. Like, I don't remember any Rupan episode or any Rupan, like like season which delved into Fujiko's past. We have got snippets of her past. We have got to see like stuff from her past now and then, here and there. And we have gotten to know what type of person Fujiko Mine is, especially in the movie. The Fujiko Mine's lie. We get a very we delve deep into Fujiko Mine's character, what type of person she is and why she is like this. However, never ever I think they have actually given us any kind of hint about Fujiko's past. We've gotten to see a lot about Rupan's past. We know about Rupan the first, Rupan the second, and then Rupan the third, which is this Rupan, stuff like that. Like we know about Rupan's dad, Rupan's grandfather, like people connected to Rupan's past as well. We know about them. Fujiko, we've never gotten to see anything. So like she says here that she's trying to run away from her past and she's not never going to let her past catch up to her. And the way that the opening plays out and everything, and the ending song especially, where we see Fujiko as a kid, I am getting the feeling that they're going to give us more information about Fujiko's past in this season. Might be wrong though, maybe they won't. But I have a feeling that they'll probably give us a little Fujiko flashback somewhere down the line in this season, within these 13 episodes. So yeah, so I'm curious. I'm curious as to what is she trying to run away from. As in the opening, she herself says that by stealing and by doing these things, she is able to forget about whatever there is. She's able to trick herself into not thinking about it, and that is why she does this. And also, like I was saying, I kind of went on a tangent. Kikolina and Fujiko, yeah, they're the same. They're almost the same. However, Kikorina is someone who has given up, or she had the vibe of someone who has given up and who is like a prisoner of her past. Unlike Fujiko, who hasn't given up, or she refuses to give up. And that's why she always tried to run away from it. And that's the basic, the major difference between Fujiko and Kikorina. But the major similarity between Fujiko and Kikorina you can see is their duality. Like both Fujiko and Kikorina have this duality within them. Just like how Kikorina tried to do the whole thing about tricking Jigen into coming and making it seem as if she's going to kill him, but she herself takes the bullet. Like a similar duality you can see in Fujiko as well, especially during her interactions with Rupan in dangerous situations. Most of the time you can see the duality. It seems Fujiko is trying to do something, but she has something else in her mind. So that's, I guess you could say, that is the major similarity between Kikorina and Fujiko. The major difference is obviously that Kikorina has given up, Fujiko hasn't. Fujiko is still running away. And something like that. And they kind of look the same as well, like both Kikorina and Fujiko, their style and everything. So yeah, that was interesting. Okay, so yeah, this episode, like I was saying, let's talk about this episode. First of all, we get to see in the casino, Kikorina comes in and makes a bet with Fujiko, and Fujiko is obviously cheating using her, I'm guessing, the earrings. I don't know what it was. It was probably like magnet or something. That's how he was manipulating the thing. I don't know what she was doing, but either way, she was like cheating and winning. So Kikorina comes in and she's like, all right, let's bet this whole casino, and if I win, you'll work for me. You bet your entire life. So obviously, Fujiko loses and Kikorina takes Fujiko, to her place, and then she says like, I'll let you go if you help me out with something. You have to get a gun, 0.3 something, I forgot the number, Magnum 357, yeah, 0.357 Magnum. At first I was thinking, oh, is it like Lupin's gun? But I forgot. Lupin's gun is a Walter, isn't it? Yeah. So, but Jigen's gun is a Magnum. So yeah, so there you go. So she says like, I want you to steal it from someone who deflected into the enemy, group. he worked for us, Jigen Daisuke, and you have to like just look over the whole thing, look over it up till the end. These are the two conditions. So okay, there's so many lies that Kikolina says. I just realized it here. You know, Again, this is something that is so similar to Fujiko. Like the way I wouldn't call it deceive, but the way she gave false information. The first false information is that obviously that Jigen deflected to the enemy. She herself knew that was not the case, but Jigen is the one who told her to keep it that way. So, like nobody knows that she's the one who killed the boss. That's number one. Like as soon as she said that Jigen killed the boss and deflected, I was like, I don't think that is possible. I was like, that is impossible unless and until there's something bigger going on behind the scenes. Jigen is not the type of person who would betray someone. So at first I was like, yeah, I don't think that is true. So that's the number one lie of the false information that she gave Fujiko. The second false information that she gave Fujiko is that, where's that part? He has a single weak point. Women. Here we go. This part. I wouldn't call that she's. I guess you could say she. You know what? Okay, I think I took it in the wrong way. Wait a minute. Let me. Yeah, I took it in a wrong. I was going to say that was a lie, but now that I'm thinking about it, that's not a lie. I took it in the wrong way. She said that he has a single weak point. Women. What I thought she was trying to say is that he is like I don't know, like he likes women, he's going to get manipulated by them or anything like that. That kind of weakness, I thought. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's not what Kikolino was trying to do. He was trying to say that like one weak point for him is women and obviously children as well. I think that's also one of his weak points. He's soft on women and children. That's what she meant, not the other way around. She didn't mean that she's going to get manipulated by women, but she said that he's someone who is soft on them. That is why a weak point, you could say. In that way, I guess. That was the truth. That was not a lie. I was taking it in the wrong way. Never mind. I'm pretty sure that's what Kikorina meant, because as we get to see, like we've known Jigen for a long time, and we know that he's very soft on women and children. So like that is why, in a way, I guess you could say that is a weak point if you think about it. Since he's supposed to be a bodyguard, and that is also why Jigen always said, like, I'm not comfortable with women. I don't tend to associate with them, because obviously he doesn't say why, but we can pretty much guess why. Because as Kikolina says here, that's his weak point. He's soft on them, so he knows as a bodyguard he shouldn't be. He should be equally suspicious and harsh on everyone, but she cannot do that for women and children, and that is why he is always, like tries to keep a distance from women so that they don't get to him. They don't get to his sympathy, and he, like as a bodyguard, he should be neutral, and that is why he doesn't try to associate with them in that way. So yeah, she was correct in a way. Like I was looking at it in the wrong way. That's why I said two lies. No, that was not a lie. That was the truth. But obviously, that the first one wasn't really a lie, but I think that is how Jigen told her to tell everyone that yeah, he's the one who deflected to the other, like group, and that's what she is doing. So yeah, I see. So interesting, Yeah, she is correct. Jigen has a weak point, women, obviously, but not in the similar way to Lupin, but in a different way. How Lupin gets manipulated and tricked by women. Not like that, but he is more soft on them in that way, I guess you could say. And he also says that obviously he really cares about his magnum as well. So get his gun, bring him here. I will kill the man who killed my husband and defected to the rival organization. Yeah, that was definitely a false information that she fed Fujiko. And when she said that first you bring him here and the next thing that you do is that you what's that word, you look at you go through it you look over the whole thing up until the end. When she said that, I immediately realized that yeah, she has a different plan. She doesn't plan on killing Jigen, but it's probably the opposite. So later on, they like like that dude takes them, Fujiko, and to like an audition hall or whatever. The person who Jigen is being the bodyguard for, and he chooses Fujiko. So you know here she gets introduced to Jigen, and like later on she calls Jigen to her place, and she tries to seduce him, but obviously he's like it won't work. He grabs the the knife from her, like from her dress, and she like he completely flips the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here Jigen says that sadly I don't like women. So yeah, you can see like he himself knows that he cannot be harsh on women, and as a bodyguard he should always be very attentive, and shouldn't let his feelings get to him, his emotions. I think he himself kind of explains it in the end that like letting emotions get to you isn't the way of being a bodyguard, and that's why he decides to become like a normal thief or something, as he says in the end. So there you go. Like he knows his, I guess you could say, flaw, or his, his thing. That is why he doesn't like associating with women, because he knows that if if he gets emotional about it, he's going to do some foolishness. He'd probably get manipulated, or like like yeah, it'll affect him emotionally, and that's why he tries to keep his distance around them. But obviously Fujiko has a goal, so she kind of keeps contact with Jigen, and then finally, she like gives Jigen like coffee or whatever. And here for a moment we get to see Jigen speaking or thinking about the past. Here we get to see Chikorina, I think that's no, Chikolina. No, what was her pronunciation? The name of what was the pronunciation of her name? Chicholina, yeah. So Chicholina and the boss was there, and that's when he like hired Jigen as a bodyguard, and Jigen like shot the cherry, to show his precise like aim, and then one day he finds Chicholina like try to like yeah take her life. And she's like, I cannot trust anyone, this and that. I live my life on suspicion. Yeah, and Chicholina says like why are you like why did you save me? You whose job is to kill people. You telling me that you are able to feel things like sympathy and love. And Jing is like, forgive me. No matter how callous a man may seem, he always retains a shred of compassion. And no matter how desperate a woman may seem, she always retains a shred of hope. Damn, that's actually quite deep now that I'm listening to it again. No matter how callous a man seems, he always retains a shred of compassion, like Jigen. While no matter how desperate a woman may seem, she always remains a shred of hope, which is Chicholina, I guess. You really didn't want to die, and that's why I saved you. Okay, so here he talks to the boss, and the boss asks him, like, what do you think of Chicholina? So he says she tried to kill herself countless times. She's baffled by life, so she plays around with death. Honestly, she's too much for me to handle, but I love her too much. Okay, there you go. So yeah, that is the whole thing, as he says. Um, she is baffled by life, so she tries to play around with it. So it's like I don't know. So I'm guessing this is like a tendency she has had always to take her own life, like like depression and stuff like that, probably, which makes her do this. And as the boss says, she has done this multiple times before as well. But this time, Jigen saving her made her change her own mind about Jigen, when Jigen said that you didn't want to die. However desperate a woman may seem, she always retains a shred of hope. That probably struck her. And she then, she's like, oh, let me borrow Jigen for a while. And then they go to like a bar and they're like dancing and everything. And then there's these guys who come try to take her life, and Jigen saves her. While he was thinking of all of that, Fujiko, kisses him and forcefully, I think, like inserts something in him, which makes his mind kind of clear up, and kind of paralyzes him for a moment. He cannot do anything. So using this opportunity, Fujiko takes his gun, and she says that the boss lady, Chicholina has told me to give you information that she will be waiting there, where that whole thing. And yeah, she leaves, takes the gun, brings it back to Chicholina, and then Chicholina says that, right, your first part of the job is done. Now for the second part, you have to look over the whole process. You'll have to stay there up until the end. See it through to the end. And obviously it's pretty obvious. Like I said, as soon as she said that, I was like, yep, she is probably trying to kill herself using Jigen. And here we get a little bit more of the flashback where Jigen came to this place. And yeah, Chicholina takes Jigen inside the coffin, and the boss was trying to find them there, And yeah, later on the boss finds out about Jigen and Chicholina and takes out the gun, and he's like, oh, you did this, you betrayed me, I'll kill you. And Chicholina's like, yeah, fair enough. If you love me, you can kill me. And that is what Chicholina always wanted, as the boss said. She wanted to take her own life. And taking this as an opportunity, she was like, yeah, sure, do it. But the boss was like, no, I'm not going to kill you, I'm going to kill him. Which obviously Chicholina didn't want to happen. She didn't want anything to happen to Jigen. So she tries to struggle, accidentally shooting off the gun and killing the boss. And Jigen comes here, immediately realizes she's the first one to come here, so the whole thing was saved. Because if the other people, if his men got to know what happened here, if they realized that Chicholina is the one who killed him, they would kill her. So Jigen, realizing what's going on, Jigen was like, right, you have nothing to do with this. Tell everyone that I'm the one who killed him, and I'm the one who betrayed you guys, and I'm the one who left. So he takes the gun from her and leaves. So obviously, to his men, Chicholina was not the one who did anything. It was Jigen. So his men, they became angry at him. Chicholina could become the boss and take over the organization. So literally, this lie had to be told if, Chicholina wanted to survive. And Jigen wanted Chicholina to survive, so that's what he did. He took the blame on himself and left. And now, obviously, we can see here Chicholina and Jigen face to face again. And yeah, a whole gunfight starts happening. And in the end, during the final showdown between Chicholina and Jigen, I was like, yeah, she probably doesn't have any bullets in the gun. And yeah, that's exactly what we see in the end. Jigen shoots her, and then when he takes out the gun, he realizes that the gun has no bullets. And he's like, why? And Chicholina's like, yeah, if I'm going to die, I wanted you to be the one to kill me, There you go, and that is where it ended. So Fujiko has looked through the whole thing up till the end. Her part of the job is done. In the end, final conversation between Jigen and Fujiko says, I saw a bit of myself in her. That is why I played the thief for her. Yeah, because if you think about it, Fujiko could have left any time. She didn't have any reason for doing this. And if you think about it, this is probably the first time we see Fujiko doing something for absolutely nothing. No compensation. She got caught by, the debt or whatever. The guy, Chicholina was able to gain her, her helping. And she did everything for actually no compensation, which makes us realize that yeah, Fujiko did this on her own violation. She wanted to see through this up until the end. any time Fujiko could have left. There wasn't really anything that was binding Fujiko to doing this job. She could have easily been like, okay, I'll do your job, and then she could have just left, you know. She needn't she there was no need for her to do this, like, you know, look through this whole like, you know, mission. She wasn't getting any compensation. I doubt she gave her any money or anything for this. You know, she wasn't getting any compensation. She did it for actually nothing. You know, this is a surprising thing. Why would Fujiko do something for absolutely no compensation? Because, as she says here, because I saw a little bit of myself in her, that is why I myself decided to do it for her. I played thief for her. Otherwise, she had no reason. She could have just left. She could have just lied and been like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then she could have just left. Who would have stopped her? You know, like, she could have done that any time. And we know, like, this is Fujiko we're talking about. She could have easily slipped past that guard guy, the driver guy in the, you know, that guy who was keeping an eye on her. She could have done that any time. She could have slipped away. But nah, she did it because, you know, she wanted herself to do it. And Jigen says, like, cut it out, that doesn't suit you. And Fujiko's like, she was killed by her own past. But I will always outrun mine, no matter how quickly it tries to catch up to me. Ultimate killer is your own past, huh? And yeah, Jigen says, I've been done being a killer in that business. A second's hesitation can cost someone their life. I cannot keep up with it anymore. There you go, as he says. You know, he has a glaring weakness, women. You know, like, he always lets his emotions get the better of him. He cannot be a ruthless killer in front of some, like, you know, like one, or women especially, like, they can easily manipulate him into doing these things. And that's why he's like, yeah, I'm not really fit to be a to be a bodyguard or a contract killer. And yeah, she's like, I'm just, let's see, maybe I'll take the carefree life of a thief. Which is funny because obviously, you know, like, that's what he actually does. He becomes Rupan's partner. And yeah, Fujiko's like, see you later then. And he's like, yeah, I hope we'll never meet again. Fujiko's like, who knows, you know, small world we have. We might meet each other in the future as well. I love how Jigen was like, oh, this is the first and the last time I actually work with you. But obviously we all know what happens, you know, by the end of it, after he becomes Rupan's partner, he has to work with Fujiko. You know, obviously he doesn't like the fact that Fujiko always tricks Rupan and everything. But yeah, you know what's funny? I'm just realizing the fact that the reason why Jigen is so hostile towards Fujiko, because I think, like, seeing Rupan always getting I wouldn't call it tricked, but you know, the little banter that Rupan and Fujiko has, even though it's like a friendly little, not a friendly banter, I would say it's pretty dangerous banter that Fujiko and Rupan have, you know, like betraying each other all the time. But that's just the banter that they, like, have. You know, we've seen this before as well. Like, Rupan and Fujiko both have admitted that they do this for fun. You know, like, the way they betray each other and the way they make this a whole contest and everything. Rupan doesn't mind it. Fujiko doesn't mind it either. They each screw each other over. And that's the fun that they have. That is the excitement, that is the freedom that they enjoy. You know, and that is the whole dynamic between Fujiko and Rupan. Both of them knows about it, and both of them don't have a problem with it. But still, you know, I feel like Jigen is always so uncomfortable about the fact that, you know, like, Rupan gets betrayed by Fujiko. And I don't know, I feel like his own situation, like, with, like, you know, his weakness against women and the fact that, you know, like he was also manipulated by women before, probably makes Jigen completely hate this whole thing. Like hate the fact that Rupan still goes back to Fujiko, even though he gets betrayed. But, you know, even though he knows that this is all like a game to them, this is like a friendly game banter between Fujiko and Rupan. Still, I feel like he's pretty uncomfortable because of that, and that's why he absolutely hates whenever Fujiko gets involved in a job. And because he knows that by the end of it, either Fujiko is going to betray Rupan, or Rupan's going to just do whatever the hell Fujiko tells him to. You know, just laughing away in the end. You know, even though they get nothing for the whole thing, Rupan won't mind. But yeah, that was an interesting insight about Jigen and, you know, like, his whole personality and his whole thing. I wonder if in this, in this anime, like the woman called Fujiko Mine, we'll get to see Lupin and Jigen in the future teaming up or something. Maybe not, because like I said, this we have to remember, this isn't Lupin's story. This is Fujiko's story. Lupin will be like a supporting character here. Who won't be there in every single episode. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So that is it. That's my reaction to episode 2 of Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, so that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of the woman called Fujiko Mine. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.